about this? You're on pace for 100 wins again. Did you expect that at the beginning of the season?
Probably not. I think that our expectation was to win the division, but given the division and the talent and the parity as far as the schedule, the balanced schedule, it was hard to foresee this, but especially given all the stuff that we had to go through. But proud of our guys, man. They just never wavered, and it just seems like right now I think we're playing some of our best baseball, so I'm really excited.
Because of the adversity and the injuries to your pitching staff, does 100 wins this year mean more than maybe some of the others in the previous 3 full seasons?
Every year's different, but it's still, if we do reach that, eclipse that 100-win mark, that's a big number. And I think that, you see this roster and you see the youth, guys that just came on board this year and blended in and had really good years and contributed, and looking at where the pitching and the defense was at the first half of the year and where it's at right now, there's a lot of improvements, and so this is right up there at the top as far as if you can get to that 100-win mark.
You seem to have set the tone to run through the finish line this season. Have you had a lot of help in the clubhouse as far as being an extension of you to continue that tone?
I think I've had more help than I've ever had. I think some of it is, this is my 8th year being here, and I think that mindset is powerful. It's a long season, and just the idea that we're going to be playing through October makes the finish line a little bit further away. I think that there's a lot of players, certainly coaches, that are aligned with me, and when players are aligned, then it just makes it even more powerful. Land with everyone.
With the way that you guys have been able to win a multitude of games this year, do you feel like how equipped do you feel this group is for the postseason?
And I hate to use the word battle because it's not war, but I just think it is a battle-tested group in the sense of constructs of baseball and sports. I just think that we've been through a lot of adversity. There's a lot of ways that we can win a baseball game. I think we can prevent runs. I think we can attack certain lineups in different ways. I think that we can hit a homer and score runs in bunches, but also I think that we've shown that we can manufacture runs and we run the bases well. Another part of I really like our club is that we catch the baseball, and so I think if you can do those things and know different ways to win, you've been tested and get to the other side. I think that kind of is as much as you can do to prepare for the unexpected in the postseason.
How much does the camaraderie that this team have help you postseason-wise?
I think for me it's one of those things where camaraderie, chemistry, I think is big, and one of the messages I'm going to kind of share with our guys is, it's a great group. It's a group that likes each other, cares about one another, and let's see how long we can keep this group together. And so, there's power in pulling from one another, preparing together, playing for each other. So how that manifests in winning baseball games, we're going to find out.
Why do you think this team is so productive with 2 outs especially?
I think that this team values getting a hit, a base hit, more than any team that we've had collectively. 2 outs, a guy on second base, and you've got the driver in your hand, and you're 100 yards from the pin, doesn't play. But if you can still just get a base hit, which we have done a lot, we've hit some homers in that spot, but for the most part, we get a knock. And I think that our guys, and I use Freddie, it starts with Freddie in that vein.
How intentional is that sort of roster construction-wise this winter? Is really as you guys brought in guys who are more willing to sort of be in that sort of spot, sort of shorten up?
Well, I think that, our roster is incredibly deep and put together very well. A guy like David Peralta, that I think Jason was just an upside play that really captured all the upside potentially. And I think the other parts of it, Rojas was here to really play defense, which has played out really well for us, losing Gavin Lux. But I think the other part of it is just the mindset, the mentality of the offensive unit with the hitting coaches on what wins baseball games. And everyone loves slug, but that mindset also is important.
Does that give you another level of confidence this year for the postseason? Because you've had some home run hitting teams, but this team is a manufacturing, two-out base hitting RBI team.
It is. It's a team that can do that hits good pitching, that can score runs late in a game, but also can hit the 3-run homer too. We can do that as well. So that's why for me is, the postseason, runs are hard to come by. In one argument, you can say that you need to manufacture, get base runners, and the other one, you can say the home run wins in the postseason. So we can do it all. That's what makes me feel confident going into this postseason.
Dave, how thrilled are you to be opening your final week of the season with a doubleheader?
I'm just grateful that it's coming off an off day. I'm really hoping we can stay away from some guys today. Not ideal in Colorado. I'm not looking forward to this one, so we're just going to try to manage it and get through the best we can.
We talked last week about, just the pitfalls of the clinching and trying to keep everyone healthy. I mean, you're not adding a position player. Some guys are going to have to play more than one game. How concerned is that?
I think for our roster, I think that we're going to be able to manage the playing time on the position player side because honestly, there's guys that I want to play, and so I think that the doubleheader. I'm sure Freddie's going to lobby to play both, and I'll have a conversation with Mookie, but I think everyone else will just play one of two. We'll see how James feels, but and I think for me it's more so the pitching and trying to get guys, rest. But to be honest, we only have so many games left, and I want Mookie and Freddie to give a good run at this MVP. And so everyone knows Colorado's a hitter-friendly place, and if they can throw out, some hits, some homers, and it pads their stats, and we win some baseball games, I'm all for that too.
How do you plan on navigating that doubleheader pitching-wise?
I think right now we're gonna open somebody the first game for Pepio, and then Bobby Miller will pitch the second game.
Daniel Hudson going on the trip?
I think he is. I think Huddy will be there. Yeah.
What's his next step?
He'll do a live. I think he's scheduled to do a live BP in Colorado or San Francisco. I'm not sure which one. But again, I think Huddy is in that same bucket with Almonte that the CS is the most in-play series, for the foreseeable future.
Does the fact that you got Kelly and Brazier in midseason and the fact that they're now healthy and productive kind of raise the bar for where they have to be before they can be activated?
I think in these two particular cases, it's more about just their health. I just don't think that, because there's a certain level of performance from some other guys we have healthy. But the fact of the matter is that they're just not healthy enough to pitch right now. So to be who they are capable of being.
Considering the adversity and the changes that Clayton has had this year, how should we regard this season in his 16-year history?
Clayton's season?
Yeah.
I think that it's up there. I mean, he's had a great year. There's been a lot of adversity and things he's had to deal with, but I mean, I can recall, 3 or 4 or 5 years, the last of the 8, that there's been some big things going on with the back, that he's found a way to go out there and put up huge numbers as well. So it's sort of in line with what he's always done. He's a survivor, he's a competitor, and I've said it many times, he just wills himself to great performance.
So when you see those numbers, the 2.40 ERA,
doesn't surprise me. It's what I expect. I think, when he's pitching, he's going to pitch well, regardless of how he's feeling.